and welcome back to the GivReads channel. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Andrew Givler, also known as GivReads, and I'm a YouTuber, BookTuber, and author. That's a lot of things, but that is what it is. Today I'm very excited because we have our first guest joining us on the channel today. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to my good friend, Seth Ring. Yay!
Hello, everybody.
Yay! Now, Seth Ring is a very accomplished author. You might have read some of his stuff. He's written the Battle Mage Farmer series as well as the Novateria series. If you guys are fans of Gamelit or Progression Fantasy, you should absolutely be checking those out. Even if you're not, you should be checking them out. They will be linked in the description below. He also is making YouTube videos, so you should go drop him a subscribe. Speaking of which, if you're here and you're new, hit the like button, okay? So that YouTube knows you want to see more of this content. And hit the subscribe button too. We're trying to grow this channel up and hit the partner program. So any support is very appreciated. Now, Seth doesn't know. Well, he does know a little bit. I gave him warning, but I've suckered him into a writing contest. So we've done this before, right? Seth.
And I'm excited.
Yeah, Seth's excited. I'm pitting myself against a very legitimate author. I have written one book, and Seth has written, what, you have 10 published at least?
I have 13 published.
Oh,
like
super
17
wrong.
Written or something like
that. Yeah, oh yeah, he's also just, got other books written that aren't out yet. It's fine. So 17 versus 1. We'll see if I can keep up. Here's how the game works, okay? We're gonna be given a randomly generated prompt, which will now appear on screen. Hello, Seth, you can see this too, correct?
I can.
All right, Seth, you get to choose. How many times would you like me to press generate on the first line?
Oh my goodness. I would like you to do it a good 3 times.
3 times, okay, so I'm gonna press it 3 times. That's the prompt we're gonna take, all right?
Okay.
So before we go, 1, all right, to my cheating wife, I leave, we'll move on. 2, someone must have seen him because the police were at his door.
Oh, that's a
number.
good one.
That's a banger. And number 3, the attack was over in seconds. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Well, I think both of us like writing action, so
We do.
this should be good.
Do.
Now, but that's only the first phase because that's too
Okay.
easy. All right. The challenge comes. The attack was over in seconds. That's our prompt. I did not mean to hit that. This, my friend, is the Wheel of Genres. Now, I went on Google and asked it what are the most commonly accepted genres of literature or fiction, and it gave me these 12, which is drama, fantasy, science fiction, tall tale, and everything in between. Last time I did this, I got historical fiction, which is not an area of expertise for me. We will now spin the wheel to find out what genre we have to write that one line in. Are you ready? Looking at this list, are there any that you really don't want to do? Folklore. I mean, some of these are hard.
Realistic fiction.
Yeah.
Humor. So strangely, humor might be the one that I have the most trouble with because I'm just not funny.
Okay. First of all, I've hung out with you. This is a lie, but fine. Okay. I acknowledge that humor, writing humor off the top of your head can be hard.
Yes.
And so that is a good point. I also think
there's some of these though that I'm really excited about.
Yeah. No, we could get a great one.
Tall tale.
Fairy tale too, and fantasy, folklore. Sci-fi. All of those are bangers. So we're gonna spin the wheel and hope we don't get humor. What?
Yeah. Or maybe hope we do.
Yeah, I mean the people will enjoy it. All right, here we go. Yeah. Spinning the wheel. And we are gonna land on fairy tale.
Fairy tale.
Now, Grimm's fairy tale exists, so there's plenty of room to make this real dark and weird.
Oh yeah.
Which I am here for. That should be very great. So here's how the rest of this challenge works. Then, just all you gotta do is pull up a doc. We're gonna have 15 minutes.
Okay.
To write based off the prompt, which once again, just to remind you, is the attack was over in seconds. 15 minutes on the clock. I know it's a great prompt. A prompt.
You said fairy tale.
And it's a fairy tale. Yep. Then at the end of 15 minutes, we read what we get. The audience can kind of vote for fun which one they enjoyed. We can sort of sass each other, and that's it. That's the premise.
Okay. That sounds good.
I'm going to put 15 minutes on the clock right here, and then we can both mute up so we don't bother each other. 15 minutes on the clock, sir. If you're ready, I will see you in 15 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. The attack was over in second. But for Hans, the effects would last a lifetime. I don't know how to spell lifetime. Nuremberg. I don't know if that's a real city name, but we're going to go with it. I'm cheating. I'm so cheating. Okay, I'm getting way too caught up in this formatting. I'm making this a little dark. I like it. Dude, this is so hard. I'm so nervous. He's gonna crush me. He's gonna crush me. Dude, dyslexia is so hard when you're speed writing. Ah, no, that's time, Seth. That is time.
Okay.
I went a direction with this, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because I went a direction too.
Okay.
And I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay, well,
I feel great about it, actually. You know what? I feel great.
I like the confidence. All right, this is 13.
I'm gonna be confident.
This is 13 book author confidence coming in, and I like it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Since you're the guest, you have the option of going first or second.
Sure, I'll go first.
All right, hit me. Let's hear what you got.
All right. The attack was over in seconds, leaving a trail of gore across the floor and up the side hutch. Prize china lay in shards, and a splinter of glass had found itself lodged in Joseph's trembling hand. Across the room, the captain hovered in the air, his wings beating a furious tattoo in the air, failing to disperse the acrid smoke that wreathed him. He had claimed that there wasn't a beast who could take a shot from the blunderbuss he held, and the evidence of that lay strewn across the floor. It's still twitching, so watch yourself, Captain Pevin said, slowly lowering himself to the ground. The werewolf was in pieces, but the occasional spasm reminded Joseph to heed his captain's words. Gingerly picking his way past the overturned chair and avoiding a hairy arm, Joseph glanced at the broken window where the monster had made its entrance. The rain poured down in solid sheets, isolating them in the darkness. If it weren't for the smoky lantern they had brought, they wouldn't have been able to see their hands in front of their faces. Get some light on, kid. Turning away from the darkness, Joseph closed his eyes and reached inside his mind, pulling from a memory. A large candle, a tall wick, a young boy who thought himself uncommonly quick. Piece by piece, the story built until it flickered to life around him, leaving him holding a dancing flame that lit the room. It's a big one. Looks to be about 3 years old, Captain Pevins muttered, crouching over the werewolf's corpse. Doesn't that mean that there are more of them? Yep, and probably closing in on us as we speak. I told you that tonight would be a doozy. Keep that light on or we're sunk, kid. Oh, and keep that knife ready, too. I thought you said this was a kid's fairy tale, the lanky young man said, shooting a glance at the captain. It is, Pevins replied, reloading his trusty weapon. Just one for really bad kids.
I hate you. You did not work in Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack turned over the magic stick, or the candlestick, and then give himself fire magic off of that.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you should have seen my face when you dropped that line. Oh, no. Oh. Okay. All right. Listen, that's really good. How dare you? I'm professionally offended at the way you worked in the fairy tale. That was good. I give that a solid 5 stars. That's like okay. Yeah. Especially for the prompt. And I feel like it's just a progression fantasy requirement to have somebody with wings. So you stuck to your roots. Figured
when I heard that prompt and then I heard the genre we were going to be writing in, the first thing that came to my mind for whatever reason was like a task force that goes out and hunts in fairy tales.
I would read that.
Stops new fairy tales from like popping up.
Like freaking like Loki, where you're stopping reality, new like timeline splints, but instead you're stopping fairy tales from manifesting. I would read the crap out of that.
Right?
That's so good. Oh, okay. Well, here's mine. I went in a different direction, but here we go.
Yeah, let's hear it.
The attack was over in seconds, but Hans's life was never the same. The entirety of his small village of Durenberg was on fire. His father was gone. His mother was missing. Distantly, he could hear the cries of other survivors looking for their loved ones, but he ignored them. His own parents may have been out there shouting his names, but he didn't care. Gretel wasn't missing. His sister's lifeless body lay in the entrance to their burning home. The fireless light sent tall, wicked shadows to dance upon her grave. The wooden door to their hut lay off its hinges, shattered by when they forced their way in. The long, talon-like claws left scratches all over the floor, little rivulets carved through the blood that pooled on the wood. Gretel's blood. Hans the child never forgot the terror and the pain from that night. He welcomed them and made them a part of him, forging him from a lost boy into something else. Hans the man hunted. In the dark forests of Germany, he prowled, seeking the long, narrow tracks of the pack that killed his family. First, he found a witch and fed her to her own fire. But she was not of the pack. She did not have the claws, so he continued to hunt. It is set on dark nights if you are traveling alone in the woods and you hear the jangling of another pair of footsteps walking alongside you. Do not fear, you are not alone. After the witch, he found a tower where a wicked queen held a princess at the top against her will. He freed the princess and slew the queen and her men. But the queen did not smell like the pack that killed his family, so he continued to hunt. Some say that Hans is still hunting, walking the dark paths of the forest, hunting the werewolves that murdered his sister.
You're gonna make me cry. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. I like that we both we're very much like, all right, what's a fairy tale that we can think of and go with it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great though. That just get those tears in.
Yeah. Tug the heartstrings a little.
Tears in. That's right.
See,
that opening was really good though.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think we both had the struggle, which is like we were both like, oh, we love writing action, but technically this is immediately after the action ends.
Right.
So I was like, oh, how do I like?
Yeah.
How do you respond to that? So this was really fun prompt, actually. I love this.
It was a super fun prompt, and one of the things that I really like that you did in that is you almost created a new fairy tale, right? Because
that's what I was trying to do. Yeah.
You hear if you hear the jangle of his footsteps alongside of you, don't worry because you're not alone, and that's a cool twist on a world that might be that has to deal with the reality of these fairy tales.
Yep, that was what I was going for too. Both of these turned out really good, actually.
They did.
I want to read. I demand that you write the book series about people whose job it is to stop fairy tales from happening, because I want to read that bad.
This feels like something that's right up your alley as well. So maybe we'll co-write something.
I'll be down, dude. Let me know. All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, big shout out to Seth for joining us. Like I said, I'm going to have some links to his books down below. You should go check them out. Especially if you liked his short story, you will like his long stories. I guarantee it. And check out his YouTube channel as well. We're going to do some more stuff together. If you want to see more writing prompt contests and other writing games with authors, hit the like button. All right, leave some comments. Give me some ideas. Hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.